Wait, I'm forgetting something.
That's better. Hi, this is Marieke Blokland from studiobloknote.com and welcome to this video. In this video, I want to talk about how to embrace messy art and let go of perfection.
Boom.
After my last video in which I asked you to help me out, I got a lot of ideas for videos. And yeah, there were a lot of questions, but I got them into 8 things that I want to share with you in the next couple of weeks. And one of them was a question about how to embrace messy art and let go of perfection. I don't know if I'm the right person to ask that actually, because I am super perfectionistic in a lot of things. Even making this video took me, I don't know, I think this is the 30th take or something, because every time there is something that I don't like and something goes wrong, and instead of just continuing, I stop and then start over again. And that certainly is not something that I find easy to embrace. It just happens, it's life, things get in your way. But yeah, I find it hard to overcome perfectionism. I really like everything to be perfect as I can. I can be messy in my art journals though, and I do have some tips for you. It's not that I don't have anything to say about it, because yeah, I can see that my art journals are messy. So I think I have a few things to say about it. First of all is don't make your book so special. I have a book here that's still in its plastic seal, and I have a little story about journals like this. At the moment I work in an art supplies shop, and last year there was a woman in the store who bought this journal, but then with a pink cover, but she was really happy with it. And as she was standing at the desk buying that journal, she told me she found it hard to start working in those kind of journals, because they feel so special, and then she just she just doesn't work in them. And I had a very nice conversation about it with her, and told her that those journals are called sketchbooks, and they are supposed to be messy, and you're just supposed to add lots of sketches and writing and ugly things in it, and that you can make her pretty art later. And then 1 year later, she was in the shop again, and she looked at the shelves with all those journals, and she saw me, and she said, I have to admit that I have not worked in that journal at all the entire year, and it's still in its seal. And I was like, oh, why? And we had a really nice conversation again. And she promised me that she would unwrap the journal and start working in it. I hope that she did. But I think it's a mistake that many of us make, that we think that specific journal has to be something special. In this journal, I'm going to make messy art. And in this journal, I'm going to make pretty art. And in this journal, I'm going to really focus on lettering. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to have themed journals. I have them too. I have journals in which I work more with letters, and others are a bit more dark, and I grab them when I'm angry, for example. I have a journal that's more abstract, that does not have any dolls in it. And of course, I have different journals. But I don't think that you have to make the journals too special. They're just journals, and they are made to be messy. You don't have to show it to anyone. You don't have to put the art in it on the wall. And I think that what helps me is that I have this process that I call cleaning up. So when I would, for example, make something like this, there is a lot of layering underneath this art. And in the beginning, the pages often look something like this. They're just blotches and lettering, but they're not really art yet. And I make these pages when I'm in more a mood where I need those raw expressions. So if I'm a bit frustrated or angry or grumpy, those are the moments where I add those more raw letters or make blotches or splatters. And often I also feel a bit bored, uninspired. Nah, you know, everyone knows that mood. Nah. But the pretty art I often make, even though it's still expressive art, I make when I'm in a much better vibe, more inspired mood. Because yeah, I just pick a page, just a background that I think, yeah, this could maybe have some art on it. And then what I often do when I start adding a face, for example, this is a page that is not finished but already has something going on. There is this large doodly face on it. But once I start adding details and a background, that is a process that I call like cleaning up. I leave some of the more messy parts visible, but I can also, for example, here you see it well. I start painting gold around the face on top of that messy background here as well. So you have this messy background inside the face, but here it's a bit more defined. And that type of layering is a more slow process. So if you're a perfectionist, I think that maybe can help you. That you can just first make that mess, and you say to yourself that it's all okay because you're gonna clean it up. And it's not like you're going to make everything clean again in a journal, but you will start making those layers where you bring everything together and it looks more detailed and more finished. So that's something that you could tell yourself, that you can, that the mess in the beginning is a part of the process. And also that when you make that mess, you don't have to continue working on those pages until it is finished. That's part of my nonlinear process, that I just make mess, blotches on a lot of pages. Just there are way more pages that are still messy than that are finished. And obviously, at one point, you want to have filled journals and not only journals with mess. So, of course, you eventually seek a sort of balance between those two, where there are more pages finished than having a mess. Like, for example, in this one, most of the pages are finished, except for pages like this in between. Something still has to be made on that. But yeah, those are my thoughts about being messy. And one last thing that I can say about perfectionism, I think if you are really perfectionistic, it's just the way you are. I think it's okay. That's you can't really fight that. Often it's just really in our nature to be a little bit perfectionistic, and probably it means that you have a good eye for detail, and yeah, so you can just tell yourself that it's a good thing that you're a bit perfectionistic, and that makes your art more detailed and rich, for example. And you can tell your perfectionist that the messy part is just a part of your perfect art journal practice. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you a tiny bit in that process of letting go of perfectionism. And yeah, I will certainly share more messy art ideas in the future. I have loads of ideas for this channel. So yeah, I hope you will continue watching me. Oh, before I go, please give me a thumbs up, because that really helps in the YouTube algorithms. And if you aren't subscribed yet, you can also subscribe somewhere. I don't know where those buttons are these days, but I'm sure the button is somewhere around this video. Thank you. Ciao.